Have you ever been in an argument where suddenly you're not talking about the actual issue anymore? Somehow you're defending yourself against something completely different. That's not an accident. That's a tactic. And once you learn to spot it, you'll see it everywhere. In relationships, at work, even in courtrooms. In 2022, the Depp vs. Heard defamation trial became one of the most watched legal cases in modern history. At the center of it, whether Amber Heard's public claims about Johnny Depp were true. After weeks of testimony, audio recordings, and forensic evidence, the jury sided with Depp, finding Heard's core claims false and made with actual malice. What made the trial so widely discussed wasn't just the verdict. It was what the evidence revealed about how people manipulate conversations, in relationships, in public statements, under oath. Those same tactics show up far beyond a courtroom. They show up in office meetings, family arguments, and group chats. Today, we're breaking down 5 of them and exactly how to counter each one. Tactic 1, the emotional pivot. This is when someone responds to a factual question with a story about how they feel. It's a powerful move. It's hard to keep pressing someone on evidence right after they've described being in pain. During the trial, testimony about emotional and physical suffering repeatedly shifted focus away from the specific evidence being presented. That's not unique to a courtroom. Anyone can do this in a heated conversation. A partner accused of missing a bill payment responds with, "You have no idea how stressed I've been." True, maybe, but it's not an answer to the question. Here's how to navigate it. I hear that this is hard, and I still want to look at what actually happened. Tactic 2, deflection. Ask a direct question, get an unrelated answer. In the trial, when questioned about specific incidents, testimony would often expand into broader, less specific narratives, which made it harder to pin down what actually happened in any one moment. You'll recognize this at work. You ask a colleague why a deadline was missed, and suddenly you're hearing about every project from the last 6 months. Here's how to navigate it. That's a separate issue. Let's come back to it. Right now, I'm asking about this. Tactic 3, positioning yourself as the victim, even while making an accusation. This one's powerful because it makes pushback feel cruel. If someone frames themselves as hurt, questioning their account can feel like attacking them further. The trial record showed audio in which Heard could be heard describing hitting Depp while simultaneously minimizing it, a pattern experts pointed to as an example of downplaying aggression while still controlling the narrative around it. That combination, acknowledging an act while reframing it, is exactly what makes this tactic so effective and so hard to challenge in the moment. Here, how to navigate it. I understand you're upset, and that doesn't change what the facts show happened. Tactic 4, demanding proof from the other side as a way to avoid providing your own. In the trial, forensic experts raised questions about whether certain photos had been edited. File metadata showed processing through image editing software, with adjustments to color and detail. Rather than settling the question, it became its own extended battle over authenticity, which, intentionally or not, kept attention away from the core claims. You'll see a lighter version of this anytime someone responds to, "Can you show me the numbers?" with, "Well, can you prove yours are right?" Here's how to navigate it. I'm glad to share my evidence. Let's also look at yours. That's not a reason to avoid the original question. Tactic 5, burying a simple question under a mountain of detail. Long, winding answers can make it genuinely hard to tell what's true, not because any one detail is false, but because there's too much to hold on to at once. This is one reason cross-examinations often ask witnesses to answer yes or no. It's also why, in everyday arguments, over-explaining can function as a smokescreen, intentionally or not. Here's how to navigate it. Can you summarize that in one sentence? Emotional appeals, deflection, playing the victim, demanding transparency as a shield, over-explanation. These tactics aren't about any one person or any one gender. They're patterns anyone can fall into, especially under pressure, whether or not it's conscious. The Depp Heard trial put a spotlight on these dynamics because the evidence was unusually public. Recordings, forensics, testimony, all played out for the world to watch. But you don't need a courtroom to see them. You'll find them in your next tense conversation at work or at home. The goal isn't to accuse everyone around you of manipulation. It's to keep conversations anchored to facts, with empathy, but without losing the thread. If this helped you spot a pattern you've seen before, subscribe for more breakdowns like this. And drop a comment. Which of these 5 tactics do you run into the most?